NBA Straya. How are you going? How you going? I hope you're all right. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's Thursday. Why wouldn't you be fine? February 13. Jeez. Did you get your orders in for your flowers for tomorrow? Don't forget, it's Valentine's Day. I'm just saying, I'm not saying you need to send me flowers. That'd be nice, though. But, I mean, same token, go get your flowers. Make sure you get that sorted. Don't forget, tell them Jim sent you. That's gross. Don't do that. Especially, yeah, don't think of me while you're doing that either. Anyway, I'm your host, James Clements. You can see me on the AFL Today show, NFL Straya, and a bunch of other stuff. Here in the Fantasy Studios today, we have a 15-game mega slate. That's right. All 30 teams are playing today. And I loved it. So that was good. Why not? So we'll wrap all of those up in the NBA Straya game wraps. A little bit of other news. Okay, that's not an iPhone, mate. No, mate. Spud of the Night, better than Lonzo Ball. We've got some now. The unpopular opinion of the day in Outback Takehouse, where we're serving up a flavor take. There's a very brief Shane Hill Hammers award. So Shane Hill shoot your shot. But also the Kiwi Corner. It is Thursday. That's what we do here on NBA Straya. And then we'll pick and preview. There are 5 games tomorrow before the NBA All-Star break. Because that's this weekend. So they've gotten everybody to play today. And then they've got a bunch of teams playing tomorrow on a back-to-back. And then they get a week off. So, okay, cool. Great job, NBA. Right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Episode, 1,206 of NBA Straya? Sure. Let's go.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gay.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Darcy Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
Hi, this is Ryan Brockhoff.
This is Mitch Creek. This is Mick Kay.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya. You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the Shaq Attack.
You better. I don't know, just watch out for the attack of no one giving a shit, I guess. You know, just keep trying your hardest, I reckon. How's it all go out there? Anyway, let's start today's show with the daily. It's a whip around. I know I've got a button there somewhere, but I just can't be fucked finding it. So, today, 15 games. There's a little bit of news, but it feels like the NBA is just kind of like cruising into its All-Star break. The fun little bits with it, Cuban. So Mark Cuban, you might remember him. He once owned a basketball team, and no one cares about what he does now. That's tough, isn't it? It's like you can have all the fucking money in the world, more money than God, but no one fucking cares if you don't own the team that you once owned, right? It's like, is it worth selling it? Is it, or having all that money and no one giving a fuck about what you do now, worth it? Probably not. Just saying. Cubes, what are you doing? Oh, but I get to keep like a partial share of it and I've still got my courtside seats. Yeah, but you're not the one fucking pulling the strings, are you? So fucking really, you're just some really awesome rich super fan now. They're sucked in. Anyway, so they're just like the Mavs, as I mentioned yesterday, they're just kicking fans out for like dissension. It's like, fire Nico Harrison. And they're like, get the fuck out. It's like, for what? It's like, oh, you're disparaging his character. No, I'm commenting on his professional status. Like, there's no, like, that doesn't stand up in a court of law. It's like, oh, you've got to abide by like the guidelines set down by the NBA. There's nothing in there saying, I don't think this guy should have a job. That's just your opinion. Like, you're not saying that he's, I don't know, doing stuff with dogs or something like that, right? That is a personal attack. You could say he's a shit boss, like that sort of stuff. It's like, well, that's, again, your opinion. And just imagine that. But either way, Cubes is like, oh, a couple of the dudes who got kicked out, here, have my courtside seats. It's like, that's kind of a nice gesture, but a better gesture would be not fucking trading Luka Doncic, you dickheads. Anyway, good job, Nico. The most hated man in Texas, which is ridiculous because Texas is a big state and they hate a lot of people. Anyway, so that's kind of nice. Good on you, Cubes. But really, it's like, what's your impact now? It's like, oh, you're making goodwill gestures to fans. And the fans are just like, fuck this, fuck you, fuck the Mavs. And so they should be at this point, right? So essentially, there's this weird sort of situation when the Mavs are just like doubling down on being fuckwits, and that's real dumb. In a situation like this, you're like, we understand that you're hurt. We understand that you're confused. We're trying to act in the best interest of this franchise and trying to win, do these things that we think are right. You can't punish the fans. Like, you just can't. It doesn't matter what the sport is. You just can't punish the fans for being fans. Fans are fanatics. That's what it fucking stands for, right? You can't be like, hey, you like our team too much and care too much. Fuck you. That's the exact fucking wrong approach, you idiots. I'm not saying that I should go into crisis PR, but I don't think it would take fucking much at this point to go, hey, you guys are being dumb. Don't do that. And they're like, Dallas Mavericks. Oh no, hello. What are you doing? Fucking grow up. Anyway, other news. Markelle Fultz. Big week for former number 1 picks from Philly on the buyout market. Jesus. First Ben Simmons lands with the LA Clippers. Now Markelle Fultz is off to the Sacramento Kings. They're like, we need a point guard. Ben Simmons is like, I'm already on the Clippers. They're like, we didn't mean you. Fuck off. Fultz, there, boom, done. And he's like, I still can't shoot, boys. And they're like, oh, whatever. Pretty nice, though. So he's essentially the former number 1 pick, was on the Magic. To be honest, the Magic probably need him more than anybody at this point, but here we are. He's on the Kings. And the big one today is the injury news sort of keeps rolling out, but this is pre-All-Star injury dump news, right? So stuff like Dame sitting out today, it was basically so he could play in the All-Star game. And the Bucks still won, which was chaotic. The big ones are DeAndre dominating. Might have been playing too well for the Blazers. They're like, fuck, we didn't trade him. What are we doing? Sit down for the next month so we can keep tanking. He's out for a month with a calf issue. It's like, that's a pretty fucking bad calf issue, but checks out. The Hawks lose Larry Nance Jr. and Vic Krejci as well for weeks, which I always like how nebulous that is. Weeks. Like, is that 2 or 7? No one knows. Larry Nance has got like knee soreness and Vic Krejci did his back. And Malcolm Brogdon, El Presidente, is out today. Left the game today against the Pacers with a leg injury. So hopefully he's all right. And that's almost it. So, yeah, we've got like All-Star stuff tomorrow, which we'll preview for you. But they did release the names of the All-Star teams. And your mate Jim was on top of this as soon as they got named, didn't I? Remember this? If I could be fucked and if I had the capacity to be like, play the tape. And it'd be like, me from 3 days ago, I reckon they've already rigged all this. And these teams are specifically to sort of make sure that next year they'll just do this anyway if it works. And that's what it is, right? So Shaq's team is called the OGs because he took all the old established stars. Chuck's team is called the Global Stars because he took literally all the overseas guys. And Kenny's fucking team are the Young Stars because he took all the young dudes. It's like, yeah. What I fucking said the other day. Like, yeah, they've very clearly gone into that production meeting for that All-Star selection show and going, now, Chuck, I'm going to take all the OGs. He's like, what you talking about, Chuck? He's like, I'm going to get all the old established stars. And Chuck's like, oh, man, I don't want under the computer. And Kenny's like, man, no one cares what I'm going to do. I'm going to take young stars. It's like, Kenny, no one fucking cares. Shut up. Anyway, Ernie's just sitting there going, well, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so that's kind of like as we all could see coming. So that's fine. The other one is like Adam Silver's like, yeah, I just wanted to change it up, but I think this would give it a real new sort of like it's a round robin tournament. It's like, it's not round robin, it's a tournament. If it was round robin, they'd be playing each other more than once. So that's how they work. It's a knockout tournament. Chuck's Global Stars play Kenny's Young Stars first. And then Shaq's OGs take on Candace's Rising Stars, i.e. the Rising Stars team that wins an actual, other knockout the night before. Now, if you're like me and you're like, that was way too much explaining for what should be fucking very simple, you're right, because it's fucked. This is going to be an absolute dog's breakfast on Monday, and I can't wait. So, yeah. I've already locked myself into, Saturday night for your All-Star weekend is your 3-point shootout, your dunk comp, all that shit. And then I'm like, wait, when's that Phoenix game start for the NBL? Like they've got one of their final knockout play-in postseason game, right? And I checked the tickets, like, fucking 2:30. It's right when the dunk comp is sucking, and I'm usually complaining about it. So I looked at those and go, oh, I'm fine. That's fine. I don't need. Look, the dunk comp is a sacred thing in my brain. But if people don't fucking care, then it's not sacred. Like, who gives a shit? It's like Mac McClung's going for 3 straight. It's like, yeah. And who's he going up against? 2 other fucking rookies and a second-year role player. Who gives a shit? Gone are the fucking days of Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins having a crack at it. Even Dwight Howard, I remember being at All-Star in 2010. So we're in a sports bar in Dallas because we're there for the game on the Sunday. The Saturday night, big screens everywhere in this awesome fucking sports bar. And, you know, I'm busy stealing glasses and shit because I had like awesome embossed Dallas All-Star 2021s and I've got one still. I love it. And the entire thing was like, what? I don't know if that was the Superman year jumping over Nate Robinson, but it might have been Nate Robinson jumping over Shaq. I don't know. But either way, it was still a big fucking thing because you had big stars in it. And now it's fucking Mac McClung, 2 rookies that like Stephon Castle. That'd be cool. Like Stephon Castle's good, but he's still a rookie that no one fucking cares about because he's on San Antonio. And the other one is like Booz Ellis. I was saying Booz Ellis on Chicago, a fucking shit team that again is being ridden into the ground by their horrible fucking owner that no one cares about. So if you look at that dunk comp, you go, Jesus, that shit, you're fucking right. You need big names in it or else no one's going to fucking care. All the big names are in the fucking 3-point shooting competition. Because it's like not as fucking, I don't know, you're not going to get embarrassed. Oh, I missed some shots. It happens to all of us. Hey, remember when you fucked up all those dunks? Yeah, my ego can't take it because I'm a fucking crybaby. You know, that's how that goes. It's a long story of, you know, saying that I'm going to the NBL on Sunday. So, yeah, probably won't be live tweeting the fucking dunk comp. Right. Should we do some, like, game wraps? I think we should. Let's do it. Game wraps, game wraps, game wraps, game wraps, game wraps. 15 games today. All 30 teams in action. So what we'll do, we'll fly through this one because it's just too much information, right? So the Spurs go up against the Celtics. They lose. Jason Tatum was fucking fantastic. 116-103. Celtics sort of just put the fucking hammer down at the start and never let them get a sniff. They've now won, 10 of their last 13. They're 39-16. The Spurs sort of still struggling along, 23-29. Victor Wembanyama had 17-13. De'Aaron Fox went 10-16 at 23-5, but that's kind of the other thing. Like, you've still got to rely on Harrison Barnes and Jeremy Sohan and stuff to actually pop off and do something, and they just did not. So it was good to see the extreme Zugamiel go. And Latvian hates fucking Frenchmen. And just went fucking hammer and tongs. He had 29-6 did the zinger. 29-6. Fucking go out there and fucking start wailing on the big Frenchie. Anyway, good job by the Celtics. Good win for them at home before the All-Star break, especially with a bunch of All-Stars on that team. Hornets got curb stomped by the Magic, 102-86. The Magic men got 24-8-6 from Paolo Banchero and never looked in danger. The Hornets are bad, like real bad. And my biggest fear about this was, I think on the morning walk and talk, drop-off picks vibes that I do. Steered clear of that one, but if you follow the picks on Dabble and stuff, like I was all over the Magic, and it was like 11.5, 12.5, and I'm like, I think I'm still okay. And I think it kept going higher, and I'm like, oh, God. Still stuck with the Magic men, and they did eke it out in the end, 25-21 in the fourth quarter. Magic back up to 27-29. That is a team that needs the All-Star break desperately. Get Jalen Suggs back at some fucking points. Just get everybody back. Try to figure it out. Everyone get healthy. Feel good. And go hammer and tongs the last third of the season. And then finally, the Hornets are 13-39, and the wheels are off. Pacers beat the Wizards 134-130 in overtime. They were going to lose this game, and then they did not. Jordan Poole at 42. Ain't no stopping. Obi Toppin. He had 31-10. Sick game. Chaos game as well. Johnny Furphy got in there for a little bit. We'll talk about that later in the Australian Player Watch. But good stuff by the Pacers. They only got the 15 on 16 shots from Siakam. They got 20 from Halliburton. But Benny Mathurin and Obi Toppin off the bench just went, let's eat. And they did 28 for Benny M. Good stuff all around. Fun game. Wild game. I'm like tracking that one as well because I think I had the Wizards in the end in my pick, so that was good. Wizards are 9-45. Gross. The Pacers back up to 30-23. Luckily, they didn't drop that game. Just saying. For their standings, we'll do a standings check next week as well, but goddamn, got to keep on winning. Hey, the Nets beat the Sixers. I said yesterday the Sixers are cooked. The Sixers are now like real fucking cooked. 100-96. What an embarrassment. They got 30 from Q Grimes. Paul George, hashtag Spud of the Night, spoiler alert, 1 of 7 in 37 minutes. Did Paul George in this offseason just completely fucking figured how to play basketball? Because I feel like he might have. He has just gone full Spud and you never go full Spud. What are you doing? 2 points for Paul George. That might be the worst contract in the league right now. They obviously didn't play Tyrese Maxey after his, he had like a right knee contusion, I think they listed it as, after yesterday's game. And obviously Joel Embiid is too fragile to play in back-to-backs as a professional athlete. So that's good. That sound you heard was every Sixers fan going, dude, we don't care. Go Birds. Eagles won the fucking Super Bowl. 20-34 now the Sixers. That's the exact same as the Brooklyn Nets. Gross. The Nets have got like nobody. They've got like D'Lo out there at the moment just going, this is fucking great. I got my own team. Just beat the Sixers. It's like, everyone fucking hates you, dude. Next game, we had the Hawks-Knicks play an absolute classic in MSG, which is just what they do because Trae Young goes off. Dyson Daniels, however, saves the day. They hit a 3 right at the end of this to force, they're down 6 with like 9 seconds left. Chaos. Game's over, right? Nope. Not when you've got the Great Barrier Thief on your team. So they hit a 3, boom. Dyson steals the inbounds, layup, and 1, boom, hits a free throw. We're going overtime. And then George Niang, the minivan, not the G-Wagon, not the G-Spot, the minivan, George Niang, has a shot to win the fucking game. Misses the 3. But it came after Trae had a chance to like win the game as well and threw up this fucking prayer that didn't even come close. Came off the side of the fucking backboard. They got the offensive rebound, kick it out to George Niang. So fucking close. 149-148. Awesome, insane game between the Hawks and the Knicks. This was fun as hell. Karl Anthony Towns ends up with 44 and 10. Trae Young with 38 and 19 assists. It was sick. This game fucking ruled. It rocked. Knicks now 36 and 18. Hawks 26 and 29. And that is another team. So you might remember the Magic's record that I just mentioned. They're 27 and 29. That is where it sort of starts getting tricky. And that's why Indiana getting their shit together as well at the right time. They sort of bumped them up into the top 4. You've still got Orlando sort of floating around. We know how dangerous they can be, but I don't know. Sort of get a little bit too far behind the 8 ball, and then you might find yourself up against the Detroit Basketball Pistons, who are 128-110 winners over the Bulls. Moves the Pistons to 29 and 26. I love it. If they end up with a top 6 seed, it's going to be the fucking best. The Bulls dropped to 22 and 33 because they're dog shit. Vooch had 21 and 14. Jalen Duren had 16 and 14. Hilarious gear. And yeah, I love that the Pistons have got the Hawks record. Flip it back and reverse it. Go full Missy Elliott. 26 and 29 versus 29 and 26. Let's go Pistons. What a fucking team. Cleveland beat the shit out of the Raptors. 131-108. This game was over in the first quarter. It was 41-17. Very funny gear. Evan Mobley had 12 and 15, but they did get RJ Barrett back, the Raptors. And as I said, I think this team would be dangerous if they were playing this game at home. They were playing it in... No, this wasn't home. They get RJ back, and they just did not get off to the start they needed to. They got their heads kicked in. They were wearing the... They had all the purple court and shit. I don't know if you saw this one, Producer Gerald, but I fucking love that Toronto court. It's sick. Like, it just rocks. You're just like, that's where basketball should be played. Raptors are 17 and 38. Cleveland, 44 and 10. That was a shit pumping. The Bucks beat the Wolves, 103-101. What? Yeah, what? How the fuck did this happen, I ask you? Well, Ant-Man down the stretch went 0 of 4 and had a turnover in the last 3.5 minutes. The Bucks didn't have Giannis or Dame. And Kyle Kuzma ends up with like 19 and 13, but you still shouldn't fucking lose to the Bucks without their like best dudes. That's fucking shithouse. Wolves now 30 and 25. Rudy Gobert's this stuff at 20 and 14. Ant-Man ends up with 24, I think it was. And yeah, the Wolves are not good. Just It isn't like Ant-Man goes 10 of 33 in this game. Like, that's just abysmal. He ends up with 28, sorry. But this is it. You tune in for a Wolves game now and you're like, I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, zero idea. It's like the Bucks don't have any of their good dudes. They're on the road. Wolves will piss this. Nope. They pissed it up against the wall is what they did. Bucks are now 29 and 24. They got 21 from Gary Terrence Trent D'Arby Jr. off the bench as well. He hit 3 of 5 from downtown. Awesome win for the Bucks. Like, out of absolute nowhere. That's found money, that one. Wolves 30 and 25. They're just gross. The Kings beat the Pelicans 119-111. Keon Ellis, my man, he had 27 points. Zion had 33, 9 and 7. The Pelicans will probably have to shut him down at some point, won't they? Herb Jones, that was another bit of news in the injury ones that I forgot to read. He's out for the rest of the season as well. The Pelicans are fucked. Like, it's just pack her up, boys. You're done. 12 and 42. The season is over. See you later. Kings moved to 28 and 26. Feeling good again. The Thunder rode a 24-0 run. They were down 21 points to the Heat at one point, and then had a 24-0 run. Took control of that game and ended up killing the Heat 115-101. SGA is 32. Bam! Has 27 and 15. Great job by the Thunder. Finally, the 2012 NBA Finals are revenged. I don't think that's how it works, but still. 44 and 9 are your NBA best OKC. And the Heat dropped to 25 and 27. The Rockets and Suns played a really weird game where the Rockets looked like they wanted to give that game up against the Devin Booker-less Suns. Time after time. They're like, nah, you just take it, boys. And Phoenix like, no, you take it. They're like, what, the L? No, the W. Here you go. 119-111. Tare Young played the game of his fucking life. He had 25 and 9 with 3 steals. KD had 37 and 9. That's assist from KD as well. And like the Rockets sort of just got a little bit of something from everybody. Like the Eastern threes down the stretch were massive. But Amen Thompson had 18, 10, and 11. He is awesome. He watched his twin brother yesterday carve it up. And then he's like, oh, I can do better than that. Fuck you. I love that. 18 for Dylan Brooks, 17, 13, and 5 for Alpi Şengün. Jalen Green had 22 and 21 shots. That's called doing in Jalen Green. But yeah, the Tare Young, like what a game. 11 to 16 shooting. He's going to pop up again in a second. Big win for the Rockets. They are now 34 and 20. If they had lost that, you're kind of like, oh, God, this fucking Rockets team. But they actually held on down the stretch. And the sort of go-to scoring stuff, when Tare Young is just knocking in threes and stuff, you're like, oh, okay, we're just going to win this game, I guess. And the Suns are just shit. So, yeah, they're 26 and 28. Imagine giving up all that stuff for Kevin Durant and you're probably just going to trade him in the offseason. Great job, everybody. Great job. How good are decision trees? The Blazers 121 lose in Denver 132. This was way worse. And the Blazers sort of fought back to make it look vaguely respectable, but they still got their ass kicked because Jamal Murray had 55. A lot of points. 55 is a lot. Hashtag spoiler alert. And like the Blazers didn't have Scoot. Penny Simons was fine. They didn't have obviously Dominating. They didn't have Time Lord. Duop still didn't get out there, but yeah, they put up a fight. That's what I love about this Blazers team. They were getting their heads kicked in, but they sort of stuck around. They still scored 65 points in the second half. So good job. Blazers now 23 and 32. The wheels are a little bit off that. Like, oh, we might make the playoffs. Nah, they're not making the playoffs. Playing, at least. Denver, 36 and 19, and absolutely bloody flying to the point where I think they've now won 8 straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jim can count. Yes, it is. Nailed it. Lakers, the Lakers. Ah, geez, it was a bit of a shame they rested Luka for this loss to the Jazz. Wait, he played? Womp, womp, womp. Maybe Nico Harrison was right. It is pretty funny that the Lakers get their teeth kicked in by Utah and Dallas win. And you're like, Nico Harrison's like, fucking don't fucking feel so bad now, do you, dickhead? Fucking. Anyway, 131-119. LeBron James at 18, 6, and 7. But it was Larry Markkinen going, wait a minute, I am good at basketball. Fuck. The finisher goes bang for his 32. Huge win for the Jazz. Completely pointless, but huge nonetheless. 13 and 14. 13 and 40. The Lakers are basically just like, we just want to fucking get to the All-Star break and give Luka a little bit more time off to, like, you know, delete some beers, hang out in LA, Get acclimatized. LeBron can have Taco Tuesday. It's going to be fun. They're now 32-20. As mentioned, the Mavericks got a huge win over the Warriors. This was out of absolutely nowhere. 29-26. Clay goes ham early. Kyrie goes ham late. He ends up with 42. He was absolutely amazing. And the Warriors could not keep up. Steph goes 9-23, 4-13 from downtown for 25 points. They got 21 from Jimmy Butts with 7 assists and 9 rebounds. And yeah, that's right. Fucking piss all from everybody else. Moses Moody, 14 points on 13 shots. Not going to cut it. Gary Payton II, though, shot 6 of 9. Nice. For 14. But yeah. Bit of a rough one. 8-17 for Butler's 21. He was a -17. They were a +4 in 37 Steph Curry minutes. Jesus. They lose by 4 overall. Anyway, Clay ends up with 17, goes 5 of 14 overall from downtown, 6 of 19 from the floor in general. But geez, 42 from Kyrie. He's like, fuck this, I'm not losing to Steph. That's what this game was. It was awesome. He hit 3 threes in like fucking 41 seconds, and he's like, suck my nards, not losing to Steph. Like, that's exactly what he was saying. It was great. It's just a shame they didn't play Dante, or else they would have won by way more, I reckon. Warriors are now 27-27. They have a game against Houston tomorrow, and that's fucking really crazy. Dallas 29-26, crucial win. That's a double win. What's a double win, Jim? Well, they're basically battling with like teams like the Warriors to keep their heads above water in those West standings, where it's a fucking dogfight, right? And so 29-26, you're 3 games above 500. You lose that game. I'm no math magician, but I'm pretty sure you're 28-27. And the Warriors, had they won that, would be 28-26. That's a huge fucking win. So great job by the Mavs. Needed it desperately. And then finally, I think that all checks out, doesn't it, Producer Gerald? Yeah. If they had won, they'd be 28-26. If they had lost, they'd be 8-20. Yeah. Nailed it. The Clippers beat the Grizzlies. Grizzlies didn't have Ja, and for a minute, it didn't look like it was going to matter. Desmond Bain was hitting absolutely fucking everything. I think he hit, his first 5 shots, 4 of 4 from downtown. He had 16 points very early on. Only finishes 23. Not quite enough. And the Clippers reeled them in and then kicked the shit out of them in the second half. So good job by the Grizz. Triple J was pretty quiet. He had 13 points on 12 shots, 5 of 12 shooting for him. Clippers got 25 out of Kawhi. 18 from Norm, pal. 18, 8, and 10 from Fat Man Who Barely Clan, James Harden. And Patty Mills got out there for 3 minutes of cardio. He got 1 assist. Didn't take a shot. That's our beloved Patty Mills right there. But that was the great escape, really, for the Clippers. Memphis had a back-to-back, no Ja, got up big, and then the Clippers sort of just reeled them into that second half, put them to the sword, and that's exactly, best case scenario, I reckon, for the Clippers. They're 30-23. It's a big win. Grizz now dropped to 36-18. An NBA Straya approved performance of the night.
That's not a night. That's a night.
Take your pick. There was fucking a billion-ty games. I've got a couple of ideas here. So Kyrie was absolutely immense. 42, absolutely fucking sick. And that was wildly entertaining. There is something cool about watching the Warriors and the Mavs sort of go out as well. You got Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry on one side. And this is the big fucking problem when you trade Luka. You're kind of like, we'd have Luka and Kyrie versus Steph and Jimmy Butler. It's like, nope. You traded Luka for a busted-ass, fucking old-ass Anthony Davis, and guess what? He's injured. And you're like, oh, that's right. All the Mavs fans are like, I'm just going to go put my head into this wall again, Jim. Thanks a lot. Thing is, when Kyrie just goes, fucking check it, bang, 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 shooting from the hip, bang, like just goes fucking absolutely ham. It's really fun. He hits some of the most insanely fun shit shots you'll ever see. And when he's doing it in front of Steph, and Steph doesn't have it going, and Steph's trying to get it, and it's like, it's like, I'm a motherfucking gunslinger. You know that song, Producer Gerald? It's like fucking Shooter Jennings. It's hilarious. I don't play it for the kids anymore. Because he literally, I'm a motherfucking gunslinger. It's amazing. Anyway. That's what that game was between those two, and Kyrie won it. The other one was like Trae Young versus Karl Anthony Towns. That game fucking rocked. It was so much fucking fun. MSG, they hate Trae Young with an amazing burning passion. Trae ends up with 38 points, 19 assists, 11 of 28, 4 of 11 from downtown, 12 of 14 the line. But KAT, 44 and 10, 3 assists, 2 steals, 7 turnovers, but hit 7 threes. It was fucking insane. Honorable mention, Taj Gibson. What? Yeah, that's right. Taj motherfucking Gibbs. He's a motherfucking goal slinger. No, he had 10 and 12 for the first. He had a double-double for the first time in 6 years. Like, we'd have to go back to the NBA Straya archives to find 6 years ago. We're like, geez, Taj Gibson had a fucking double-double today. It's amazing. It's before COVID. It's insane, dude. He's still alive. And of course, though, the man who had a career high, Jamming Jamal Murray. 55 fucking points. He was absolutely on fire today. 20 of 36 from the floor, 7 of 15 from downtown, has 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals as well. That's a hell of a performance. All right, what about Spud of the Night?
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the Night.
Spud of the Night. We had plenty of spuds with a million-ty games on. Jalen Clark goes 0 of 6, so does Mohamed Gueye. What else we had? We had 0 of 5 from Trae, not Donovan Mitchell, Lyles. 1 of 9 for Buddy Hield. Oh, geez. Bilal Coulibaly goes 1 of 8, and so does Kevin fucking Huerta, a.k.a. the Ginger Ninja, a.k.a. Red Velvet. Kobe White went 2 of 14. Block. Against the Pistons. What is fucking going on there, Kobe? Grady Dick, Johnny Zhang, and Paul George, as mentioned earlier, 1 of 7. The Paul George ineptitude is just like nothing's going to touch the sides at the moment for Philly fans because the Eagles just won the fucking Super Bowl, but they're just going to be looking at that just in the back of their brains like, Paul George is fucking cooked. Jesus. 2 of 12 for Ryan Rollins as well. Big day for the Spuds. Spuds everywhere. But my favorite, of course, well, Alexander Sarr. We don't really shit on rookies, but 3 of 13 was particularly egregious. And I believe we did get a special number, which is always pretty good. And I believe it came on threes from... That's right. Derek White went and shot 3-11 from downtown. Yo, beauty. All right, how about Old Mate, No Mates? Oh, wait, that's the wrong button. This one.
Old mate, no mates.
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 I kind of hit on this earlier, Mark Cuban. Like, this is kind of my thing. Like, I'm like, but he gave his courtside tickets to the fans who got kicked out. It's like, yeah, because he can. Like, he's not in charge anymore. Like, he's literally giving away his tickets because everyone fucking thinks he's a dipshit for selling his fucking team, you idiot. Like, Cubes, you're done fucked up. Like, if there's ever been such like an amazing, like, just slap across the face, they're like, oh, how bad was that decision I just made? Cuban just like wore one of the fucking worst you'll ever see, right? It's like the Dallas Mavericks are my baby. We win the 2011 title. Dirk Nowitzki, he's like basically my dad, my son, all rolled in together. Like, fucking Cuban loves Dirk, and then fucking Cuban sells it to a bunch of evil ass motherfuckers. Just Google them. Just Google the owners of them. Just do it. And he's sitting there going, I've like literally a year and a bit later, he's like, I've made a horrible mistake. That's a kick in the dick. Like, you were a hero in fucking Dallas. And now everyone's gonna be like, Cubes, what the fuck, man? That's definitely some old mate, no mates. Tell you right. Pantsing of the night. Eves Missy got Jonas Valanciunas pretty fucking gnarly. Go check that one out. It was pretty good. And finally, better than Lonzo Ball / Bronny James.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. We're coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Who was better than Lonzo Ball and Bronny James today? I believe we got some Bronny, didn't we, today in that Lakers game? I saw him out there. I didn't actually check his stats. He hit 3 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 3 from downtown for 9 points and 1 assist. Still not as good as my beloved Keon Ellis. How good is bloody Keon Ellis? 27 points today, 10 of 14 shooting, 7-11 from downtown. 5 rebounds, 1 assist and 2 blocks, and ain't no stopping. Obi Toppin. I love, like, you watch Obi Toppin, you're like, there's something there. You're very athletic, but you've got a weirdly short neck. Right? It's kind of like Blake Griffin-y. It's like you got a big old head, you got a short neck, big broad shoulders. You just look fucking weird. What are you doing? Right? And Obi Toppin looked amazing. 31, 10, and 2 on 6-11 shooting from downtown. That's awesome. And it was definitely better than Lonzo Ball and Bronny James today. All right, let's do some yeah-nahs right after this one.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Daryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You listen to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're listening to
Straya.
NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, if you're on the if you're watching on YouTube, you can see like halfway through that drop, I'm just having a bit of a giggle because there's Daryl McDonald's in there, right? And D-Mac is one of my all-time favorite NBL players. I was a kid in fucking Ballarat growing up. Love the Giants, but I mean, you know, I love the Tigers, Southeast Melbourne Magic, Phoenix. But the Giants came to play an exhibition game in Ballarat. It was fucking amazing. D-Mac on the same floor, watching him play against the Miners. It was unreal. And I remember telling him that when he came on the show ages ago. I saw him at the NBL Awards the other day, so Monday night, right? So he's like looking fucking sharp as. He's got an awesome suit jacket. And friend of the program, Chris Anstey, was like, Jimmy. Now, what have I told you for ages now, mate? Oh, yeah, like that D-Mac sounds like LeVar Ball when LeVar Ball does it. We're coming for everybody. And Chris Anstey's like berating D-Mac going, you got to say coming for everybody to James. And I'm like, D-Mac, you don't have to. It's fine. But Chris is like, no, it's going to be awesome. I think we got him to say it at the end. It was fucking incredible. But most of the time, I'm just like, D-Mac, I got to get you back on the show because I fucking think you're awesome. And like, he's been, coaching up in Brisbane and stuff. So, yeah, it'd be nice to get him back on the show. We'll get Chris back on as well. He's off doing a tour back over the States with a bunch of folks as well very soon. So, you know, jump on his socials, have a look at that. That'll be fucking gnarly, I reckon. But anyway, D-Mac, what a legend. And that just set me off into my brain. I'm like, oh, fuck, I completely forgot about that until right then. D-Mac rules. Anywho. We're also sort of like, hey, how's the coaching going there in Brisbane? Like, are they going to keep Justin Schuller? He's like, I mean, fucking yeah, he's my head coach and I'm the assistant. And it's like, probably, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. See, he's like, I'm not giving you anything. You're fucking media. Fuck you. I'm like, oh, I'll pay that. Anyway, Justin Schuller was there. He's like on the table next to us. He looks like a fun dude to hang out with. Anyway, let's do some yeah-nahs after we just do some, more tales from the NBL Awards. I don't know. No, Zachy Boo. Yeah, nah, Ant-Man is terrible in the clutch. But also, why aren't the Wolves beating the Bucks in that game with no Dame or Giannis? Yeah, nah. ... This is mine. Is this why we don't take the Wolves seriously? Yeah, nah, yeah. Like Ant-Man's clutch numbers today specifically against fucking nobody on that Bucks team were embarrassing. Like he goes 0 of 4, which I think is also how he's going to go on paternity suits with those ladies. Jesus. Did you see the last one? What a fucking dipshit. I mean, he's a barrel of laughs, but also dumb as fuck, right? At some point, you just go, dude, no. Just practice safe, consensual relations. There we go. I was trying to say consensual sexual relations at the same time. Consensual, that works, I guess. So, either way, come on, Ant-Man. What are you doing? Just, again, go Google it. Anyway, but this is why we don't take the Wolves seriously, right? So the last little bit from Ant-Man has been absolutely fucking phenomenal, but this has sort of been the thing over the last, 2 years where it's like, can he just do it for, many games in a row and take that leap and stay up there, which is really fucking hard. Now you're the dude. Now they've moved KAT. We've realized that all your fucking, driving lanes are all clogged and shit, but you've kind of gotten around that. But 10 of 33 today was fucking embarrassing. And down the stretch where he's just clanking everything, you're like, oh, this is not good. Ouch. They played jingles today as well because they got no one left there too. So I just don't take the Wolves seriously as like much of a threat. Like in that sort of 6 through 10 range in the West. If you do get stuck playing against them in a playoff series, you'd be like, fuck, all right. Do we just shut down Ant-Man for like the series and we win? It's like, yes, I'm pretty sure that's all you have to do. And he's so fucking good that he might still get, as he did today, 28 points. But it took him 33 fucking shots to get there. So it's a bit hard. But that's like his early MJ comparisons, right? Like someone asked me about this the other day. Is that early MJ shit that he's doing? It's like, yeah, and this is also what early MJ fucking went through in his career before he had some better players around him and some better defenders and shit. And then they won 6 titles. So I don't know if Ant-Man's going to win 6 titles, but this is the learning curve, is what I'm trying to say. Hey, does Fultz help the Kings? Yeah, nah. He knows how to play basketball, I guess. Like, we need a point guard. It's like, you want Ben Simmons? And they're like, no. I love that he's like, yeah, I'm fully fucking healthy. I'm ready to go. And then sat out today. Dude, don't ever question my love of basketball. I'm pretty sure we can. I'm just saying. Like, not that much of a stretch to question it. Look, he'll probably break in case of emergency. They've got plenty of sort of other scoring guard, ball handling types. But in relief of Malik Monk and stuff, you've still got Devon Carter as well, but still, I don't think he helps boost them up. There's a reason he wasn't signed, right? The Celtics, got to be feeling, do they feel the best going in the All-Star break? Yeah, nah, but they are now flying very much under the radar, which is, I think, where they want to be, right? Joey Mazzulla is like, I fucking love this flying under the radar, Jim. This is the fucking best over here. Do you want to go watch the town? I'm like, nah, Joey, I'm all right. He's like, nah, come on, bro. It's the fucking best movie I've ever seen. I watch it fucking 5 times a week when I'm not doing jiu-jitsu or hanging out with my best friend Jason Tatum. I'm like, okay, Joey Muzz. But they're in a great spot, right? Like everyone's like focused on the Cavs, OKC, off we go. Meanwhile, Boston just kicked the fuck out of the Knicks the other day. They just manhandled the fucking Spurs pretty handily. They're just feeling pretty good about themselves, right? And they just sort of need to hit like this. They did that today without Giroux, etc. They just need to hit that nice little smooth sort of exit way into like the 2 seed. They probably don't catch the Cavs to the 1 seed, but they just want to get to the playoffs healthy. And I feel like they'll like their chances against everybody. I don't think they're afraid of anybody, so it's pretty good. OKC, though, probably feeling like the best out of everybody going to the All-Star break. They're just like, we are fucking killing teams. We were in trouble against Miami, and then we just went, no, let's win this one now. And scored 24 fucking straight points. It's insane. That was cool. Sixers are officially cooked, right? Yeah, nah, yes. And this is a combination, unpopular opinion of the day.
Now look at me, please. Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Look at me, look at me. And Outback Takehouse. It's Thursday at Outback. And you know what that means? I don't know. Jim's fucking cooked and over it. But also, I believe that means it's 2 for 1 blooming onions. That's right. I've still got to go back down the lawn, walk up to that fucking burger joint, go, what the fuck is that? Explain it to me. So I can go back to Outback Takehouse and just fucking go, okay, I know what that blooming onion is. It's 2 for 1 blooming onions, only at Outback. Some sort of deep fried onion made to look like a flower. What the fuck are you idiots on about? Anyway, only at Outback. Today's Flame Grill take is the NBA would be better off taking a page out of the NFL's book and once a week having all 30 teams play on the same day. Only at Outback. Today fucking rocked. Like, I had so much fun. I like other shit going on too as well. And, but I'm sort of like, you know, fucking there on the couch at like 11 and you just like multi-view league pass, other tally, fucking ESPN. And then you're like, fuck, there's other games I can't watch. I've got 5 going at once. Jesus. And it was awesome because there was just shit going on. And it's kind of weird that the way the NBA works, like, oh, we're going to play 8 games today and 11 games tomorrow and 4 games then and 1 game now and then 15 games here. It's like, again, ideas, man. I know that the schedule's going to be weirdly balanced, but if you're playing all fucking 30 teams on 1 day a week, surely you can schedulize the simple idea, like either day around it is clear, or maybe no one's playing, something like that, right? Like basically trying to have like teams who are both going into a back-to-back or coming off a back-to-back play against each other. But I feel like if you have that just as a fucking hoops fest cacophony of basketball once a week, same as the way that NFL takes over Sunday, I feel like you could own a fucking night of the week in the NBA. And like today it was a Wednesday over there. Obviously it's Thursday here. Seemed to work pretty well. Maybe do that on a Thursday though, when you've got a lot of stuff going on. They've got Inside the NBA obviously on Thursdays. I don't trust them to fucking keep track of that sort of shit though. But that's why you need a good studio show to sit there and go, this is going on over here, this is going on over here, it's going to be fucking, I think that'd be fucking awesome. And if the NBA had any actual balls, they do it on a Saturday night and really just sort of fucking try to take over the zeitgeist, the cultural like movement of fucking sport, especially as soon as the NFL finishes, that's when you do it. Unfortunately, they have, as the NFL finishes, they have their All-Star game, which is going to be a fucking horrifying shit show. No one's going to go, oh, the NBA just dominated Super Bowl week by having Luka traded to the fucking Lakers, and they fumbled the bag by fucking up their own All-Star game. Great job. Anyway, I think all 30 teams playing 15 games once a week would be fucking awesome. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Kind of cool. And like that way, I feel like you can smooth out the rest of it. So if you're like, this is like your big sort of tasting menu, right? Of just like, here's the fucking banquet of basketball. And then the rest of the week, because you've ever got all 30 teams playing on that, same night, the rest of the week is a little bit easier to sort of manage, where you've got, maybe only 4 or 5 games each of the other nights. So it's a little bit easier to track for casual fans. I don't know. Just saying. Ideas, man. Adam Silver, I am available. What did I say? Low 6 figures, consultancy fee. Simple as that. Run everything by me. Jim, is this a good idea? Adam, you fucked, mate. What are you doing? This All-Star game is fucked, bro. He'd be like, you're right, Jim. I don't know what I was thinking. Away we go. All right, let's go to the Australian Player Watch right after this.
This is Matthew Delvedova, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do it. Time for NBA Straya's Australian Player Watch for a big Thursday, February 13. Remember, day before Valentine's Day, better have ordered your flowers already. Anyway, with every single team in the NBA playing, it means we do have a lot of Aussies to get through. So, well, it was like, also, come on. You get everybody playing. Can we get every Australian on the court? And the coach is like, not today, James, not today. I'm like, come on, man. Just put Jock Landale out there. Just let him run around. Luke Travers is playing. Come on, man. Anyway, let's start with Josh Giddey. Another big loss to Detroit. Poor Chicago. Pour one out for Chicago as well, right? 128-110. Their season's cooked, but Josh Giddey was pretty good. He had 17, 2, and 3 with a steal and a block. He went 4 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 4 from downtown, 6 of 8 from the free throw line, though. Not bad from the mop-top Mamba. Don't mind it. Josh Green, a tough loss to Orlando. He was like the, only contributor basically for the Hornets. 102-86 they lose. He has 16 points though, 7 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 5 from 3, an assist and a steal. Johnny Furphy, the 134-130 overtime win over Washington. Johnny, what do we call him? Johnny Tins Furphy. Old froths. 7 minutes. Love that. Didn't take a shot though, but did get 2 rebounds and 2 blocks. And what did I say? 134-130. They won by 4 points. Guess who was +4? Johnny Furphy. They do not win that game without him. I'm just saying. It was a +4 in 7 minutes. UBLT. Jingling Joe Ingles in an incredibly weird loss. The Milwaukee Bucks, 103-101. Jingles played 14 minutes. And he had 3 points because he hit one of his 4 threes. They're the only shots he took as well. But he did have 4 rebounds and 4 assists as well. So he's taken 4 shots. He's got 4 rebounds. He's got 4 assists. You love to see that. And Jingles, again, in a game that they lost, was a +8. Love that for him. My favorite, though, today is probably Dyson Daniels. What a game from the Great Barrier Thief. They do end up losing it in overtime to the New York City Knickerbockers of New York City through the Atlanta Hawks. But 23 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and, of course, 4 steals for your NBA steals leader. But most importantly, that bucket at the very end to force overtime. He gets the steal off the inbounds. He throws it up, drops it, boom, and one. We're going to overtime. The Great Barrier Thief strikes again. Hashtag savage. 10 of 15 from the floor, 2 of 3 from downtown, and 1 of 2 at the line. He's an absolute weapon. Jock Landale got a did not play coach's decision against Phoenix. So did Dante Exum in the big win over the Golden State Warriors for the Mavericks. And so did Alex Dukas, mate, because that was a 115-101 win over Miami for the Thunder. Do-up, bop, do-up. The Great Barrier Reef. Do-up also missed out with a did not play coach's decision, despite Robert Williams, Time Lord, and Dominate and missing. They went small, did the Blazers up against the Nuggets. Didn't work. They got their teeth kicked in, 132-121, and Do-up didn't play. And then finally, though, obviously, I mentioned Jock Landale, but Luke Travers, he got out there as well in the absolute pumping of Detroit by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland, 131-108. It meant the flying doormat himself got out there for 4 minutes, ran around, took a shot, missed it, but he did have 3 rebounds and a turnover. But still, good on you, Luke Travers. That was awesome. And of course, we have Ben Simmons not playing for the LA Clippers, despite saying, hey, I'm healthy. I've got no limitations on my health. Check this out. And then was in street clothes. That's fine. He's only just been introduced. But we did see Patty Mills get out there against the Grizzlies for the Clippers today in their 128-114 win. Ran around and got a bit of cardio. Did our beloved Patty, though. He played 3 minutes and he got 1 assist, and that was it. Didn't take a shot. Was just out there for vibes. And the vibes helped them win. So that's pretty good. So a very, very, very chockers day in the NBA today. There's your Aussies. That is your Australian Player Watch with NBA Straya for Thursday. Right, let's do a Shane Hill shoot your shot, line 'em up award, which is, I don't believe I've got that drop on here. But we can also just say, it's not exactly a shoot your shot. It's Shane Hill getting, like, I don't know, randomly just pumped up by Kevin Garnett in an interview the other day. It's like, who was the best international player you ever played with? And he's like, Shane motherfucking Hill. It's like, yes. Hammer is just somewhere something going, fucking, someone just say my name? What the hell just happened? He's like, man, this motherfucker's going to Gary Payton. Gary Payton's up and all up in his shit. And he's like, fucking, yeah, you hold this 3, motherfucker. G'day, mate. Check out this 3. Like, KG's doing like Aussie accents and shit. It was awesome. Like, I had like 4 different people send me this clip as well. I'm like, this fucking rules. I watch it each time too. I'm like, this is great. So KG just big upping Shane Hill. He's like, that motherfucker, he was Steph Curry before Steph Curry. And I'm like, I've been telling everybody this for fucking years. And they've got like this incredible highlights package as well. Like him fucking, you know, having a crack at Barkley, having a crack at GP, some of his highlights from the Timberwolves days. Absolutely amazing gear. I loved every second of it. Go check that out. All right. That's the Shane Hill shoot. It is actually Shane Hill. Should we get him on? I think I should try to get him on again. That'd be fun. On Thursdays, we do Kiwi Corner. How has Steven Adams been going? He's had a great little run with the rebound. He had 12 rebounds that other day against Dallas. I think we mentioned that on Monday, Tuesday show, maybe? I can't remember. 2 points. No, it was the week before because he had 13 the prior week, and we were like frothing over that. He had 8 and 13 against the Knicks. But in that loss to Dallas, he went 1 of 9. Why is Steven Adams shooting 9 shots and only going 1 of 9? No one knows. But he had 2 points, 12 rebounds and an assist. And then the win over Phoenix today. Obviously, they don't play Jock. But Steven Adams gets out there for 2 of 5 shooting in 10 minutes, 5 points and 6 rebounds. So his rebounding numbers are skyrocketing. He's averaging 8.3 rebounds so far in February, which is pretty good after, 6.5 all the way through January. That's a good trend. It's going upwards. Good stuff. Big Steven Adams, bro. All right. Let's do a Patty Mills Game Day Baller Game Day Twitter check-in. When I press the button, let's see what he's doing over here, Patty. Good to see him out there for the Clippers as well. I think I forgot to mention him in the Australian Player Watch. 3 minutes, 0-0-0s across the road, but still across the rest of it. What do you have? One assist? 3 minutes. Everything else, 1 assist. There's Damon Lowry. What's he doing? He's going for a run in Melbourne. That's good. Jeez, he ran a while. Ran 15 Ks. Bloody hell. Good on you, Damon. There's Luca. Okay, that's good. What happened? Oh, there's Rowdy. What's Rowdy been up to? Sound up from my finest moment on TV on the EMU squad. That's pretty good. He's done something. I don't know what's happened. Eric Rucker. Should get Ruck back on too. Oh, come on, Patty. What else we got? Anything? Baller Pat. Oh, yeah, this is the other one. First Australian to play for the Clippers. Cheers, LA. Baller Pat. That's a lot of likes too, so people are getting around him. Love to see that. All right. So, I hope you're following the picks today because we crushed it out of the 15. Should we do a quick count on how many we got correct? We got Boston, Orlando, Washington, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Cleveland, Detroit, Sacramento, OKC, Houston, Portland, Dallas. Went 12 of 15. That's amazing. Why aren't I richer? I better go check the double one. We probably are a little bit richer after all that. So yeah, based on yesterday's lines and the picks that we made, what did I just say? 12 or 15? Holy shit. That fucking rules. Anyway, remember, go check out all the picks on Dabble. Click in the link in the show description if you're going to go do that as well. Use the code NBA Straya. Was it in the IG stories, the Facebook stories as well? Just click straight through when I do the picks in the morning, the vibes. And I said this morning, it's like, yeah, we're going to have a 15-leg multi. That nearly fucking hit. That's insane. Anyway, we have the 5 games tomorrow before the All-Star break. Pretty weird ones, but some fucking crackers in there. But the problem is, because everyone played today, everyone's on a back-to-back, so it's a bit weird. Golden State at Houston. Fascinating game. You got a feeling that Steph probably doesn't play, so I've already jumped on this one. Houston -1.5. Warriors already traveling in Houston. They played in Dallas today. It's just down the road, but still, we'll take the Rockets -1.5. That defense is pretty good. Sacramento in New Orleans. Hey, they just played today, Jim. Like, yes, they did. And Sacramento beat them pretty easily. I think they beat them pretty easily again tomorrow because the Pelicans are just the Pelicans and they just can't win. Miami play in Dallas. This is a bit of a tricky one. Miami were right there with OKC until it all fell apart late. And OKC just went, well, how about we kick into overdrive? And off they went. Miami are 1.5-point underdogs in Dallas. Can Kyrie and co, with Kyrie probably resting before he goes and plays All-Star, I'm going to go with Miami. I think they might just be a little bit too good. See what happens. OKC host Minnesota. I just mentioned the Wolves. Absolute dog shit. Can't trust them. I'm going the Thunder. Then watch Minnesota come and win this fucking game. I'm just saying. Then Clippers playing Utah, which is again pretty weird with the Clippers getting a little bit of a rest today down the stretch against Memphis, where they sort of just ended up killing them. Utah are 7.5-point underdogs at home. They just beat the Lakers today at home. They're not going anywhere. Take the Yaz, maybe? If Larry can back that up, we'll see what happens. The Clippers, maybe Kawhi gets a little bit more rest. He's probably not playing on a back-to-back. Norm, Harden. Maybe Harden plays despite playing an All-Star. I don't know, but I like Utah in that one. That'll be fun. It's a nice little 5-game slate. So on tomorrow's show, we'll wrap all those games up, but also, of course, we'll set you up for the All-Star weekend. We'll go through all the picks for like the 3-point comp, dunk comp, skills challenge. Who fucking cares? A Rising Stars game, sure. Rising Stars tournament. Fuck me. And then the All-Star games as well because, yeah, we'll do Monday's show after the All-Star game, of course. That'll be fun. But then we won't have a show on Tuesday. I think we'll be back on Wednesday next week because, yeah, there's no games until the following. There's like one game on Thursday randomly as well. So we might not even do the Wednesday show. I might just come back on Thursday and set all that up because that one game on Thursday, who fucking cares? It's like the Lakers Hornets as well. So, anyway, just keep your ears peeled. But we'll be back on Monday to wrap up the All-Star, of course. So I'll let you know the schedule from there. I'll tell you what. Because that's it. What a week it's been so far. We've got one more show this week. Should be a crack. I hope you're getting around AFL today as well. That just came back was it yesterday? We'll have another show out tomorrow. That'll be fun. But get around NFL Straya. Keep your ears and eyes peeled for that. That's going to be very fun when we actually find Gaz. He's just disappeared. I think he might be in Philly. He flew Eagles flew and just like went full fucking hobbits and just jumped on an eagle and flew over there, right? Why didn't they just get the eagles to fly them to Mordor, Jim? That's a drunk conversation we can all have at a different time. Anyway, so make sure you're around NBA Straya on Facey, IG, TikTok, YouTube, all the good stuff. Get around NFL Australia, AFL Today, Cricket Today, all the stuff we do. Fucking why not? Go on. Producer Gerald does all the work. Like, just help him out, would you? You clearly don't care about me. Fucking jump around Producer Gerald. Rate, review all those shows on your Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube Music, whatever app you're using on your Android phones, all that sort of stuff. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song. Check out House Hatch, Gold Mines, Fascinated, Ramshack Alami, Joshua De Laurentiis, Iowa, Sex Jedi, Gregory Green, and Dozers. I changed up the order then. That got a bit weird. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show. Smash them on Bandcamp, Facey, Apple Music, Spotify. If you listen to your bands, follow your bands, do so. They all rule. NBA Australia supports Australian bands, so should you. All right, we will catch you tomorrow, you dickheads. This is NBA Australia saying, look after yourselves, would ya? And blow it out your ass. Later, hosen.